What's going on, everybody? It's JCDallas, and welcome to episode 2 of my WWE 2K17 Universe Mode. This is episode 1 of Monday Night Raw, and we have an exciting main event, which is a fatal 4-way match for the Intercontinental Championship, featuring The Miz, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Baron Corbin. But before we do that, we have to go over a few of the other matches on this card. And our first matchup of the evening is Finn Balor versus Dolph Ziggler. Finn Balor gets the victory here, and we should expect big things from Finn Balor moving forward. The next matchup of the night is going to be tag team action between the New Day and the Fashion Police. New Day get the victory here, but keep an eye out for the Fashion Police. They definitely have a lot of potential, and I will be utilizing them a lot moving forward. I'm a big fan of the Fashion Police, especially Tyler Breeze. The next matchup of the night is going to be a women's match between Charlotte and Nikki Bella, and surprisingly here, Nikki Bella pulls off the upset, and I was not expecting this at all. I was going into this thinking that Charlotte was going to breeze by Nikki Bella and easily move on to the next opponent, but surprisingly, Nikki Bella gets the victory, and with that victory, she might have earned herself a future title shot, because when you beat somebody like Charlotte, you should definitely be rewarded for that. So Nikki Bella may be getting a title shot in the future. Next up, we have an interesting singles match between Luke Harper and Elias Sampson. Now, both of these guys have bright futures in the WWE. Keep an eye on that moving forward. But Elias Sampson will get the victory here, but don't sleep on Luke Harper either. He's definitely somebody who could be a major player for us moving forward. More tag team action coming your way, featuring the American Alpha versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Jordan and Gable get the victory here. And our next match of the night is going to be one of our main events. We have a double main event for you guys. This first main event is Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton. Both of these competitors are world champion material for any company, and it's an honor to have both of these guys on the same brand. Perhaps we could start a rivalry between these two moving forward. Time will only tell on that. Looks like Roman Reigns will get the victory here. And our main event of the evening is a fatal 4-way match for the Intercontinental Championship between The Miz versus Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin versus Kevin Owens. Now, as I mentioned in my previous video, I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently here. So, rather than doing play-by-play commentary, I'm going to be talking about each superstar involved in this match and how they relate to modern WWE and what I would like to see from each star, what I like and what I dislike, and my favorite matches from each superstar involved in the matches that I feature. So now that you know how this is going to work, let's start off with Baron Corbin, because he was the first person to make his entrance in this match. Corbin is Mr. Money in the Bank right now, and for good reason. He has everything you look for in a champion. He has the look, he has a great finisher, great signature moves, and he's an incredible heel. And now that he is Mr. Money in the Bank, he can cash that in anytime he wants to become a world champion. My main concern with Corbin is his overall in-ring work. That's probably the weakest part about him, if you ask me. I have yet to see Corbin have an outstanding match where everyone raved about it. He's had several really good matches, but I wouldn't say any of them were great or anything. Corbin's best matches so far were probably against Dolph Ziggler or even AJ Styles in the past, but I think moving forward we can see better things coming out of Baron Corbin. Some potential feuds I would love to see Corbin in are versus John Cena, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, and Roman Reigns. All of these would definitely be great to see, especially Bray Wyatt versus Baron Corbin. That's something that I've been wanting to see ever since I've noticed Baron Corbin in NXT, because I think that would be a money feud and could definitely help both stars out moving forward, and it's something that I would really like to see on WWE TV. But unfortunately right now they are on separate brands, so you'll have to wait to see that, but maybe in the future it could happen. You never know. But I do think that Baron Corbin is world champion material, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him cash in at SummerSlam, so we have to wait and see. But for now, right now, he is the current Money in the Bank, and he won that contract fair and square, and he's definitely going to be a major player in the WWE moving forward. The next superstar I wanted to talk about is The Miz. The Miz is great. He's probably one of my favorite heels in modern day WWE. Everything about him makes you want to hate him, whether it's on the microphone telling the fans when his hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. I think that's great. Whether he's stealing Daniel Bryan's kicks or whatever, he's just in the ring doing a promo. He makes you want to hate him. And that is good for TV, because you want to be able to hate somebody, and I think The Miz is perfect for that role. He's a great mid-card champion for any brand, and he's definitely had some outstanding matches over the past year, specifically with Dolph Ziggler. Those come to mind, and I think that The Miz is being utilized pretty well right now on modern day WWE. He is a great Intercontinental Champion, and he's also putting other talent over. Like, for example, he's working with Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, and before those guys were working with The Miz, they were nowhere to be found, and they were just sitting in the back, not even being shown on TV. So the fact that he's working with those guys, making them become relevant, is definitely a plus with the Miz's character. He did this with Damien Sandow in the past, where Damien Sandow would imitate him. That was pretty funny. Everything the Miz is doing right now is great. I just wish he could get away from feuding with Dean Ambrose, because I feel like we've seen that match way too many times. But other than that, I really do like the Miz's character. He's a great heel, and he is definitely somebody I enjoy watching on TV. Next up, we have Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is awesome. He's had so many memorable moments throughout his career, and he's just really getting started. So, I remember the night Kevin Owens made his debut. It was in NXT, and I actually predicted that this would happen. And that made it even better, because I knew of Kevin Owens before he arrived there, because I occasionally watched some Ring of Honor pay-per-views here and there. Not all the time, but when they're on, I try to watch it. And I just knew that Kevin Owens had a long history with Sami Zayn, who was fighting for the NXT Championship that night. And I thought it would have been great if Kevin Owens would come out after Sami Zayn won the title and just destroyed him, and that's exactly what happened. So I was really excited to see Kevin Owens do that, and ever since he did that, I've been a fan, because that's what I wanted him to do. So I really enjoy Kevin Owens' work for the most part. I didn't really like his work as the Universal Champion. They kind of really did water down his character, and it wasn't the same when he was a champion. He was stuck with the never-ending feud with Chris Jericho for a while. He was Chris Jericho's best friend, and eventually that turned into a long rivalry, and I don't even think that rivalry is over yet. Chris Jericho is touring with his band right now, but, I do think that Kevin Owens has a lot of potential here. Ever since he lost that Universal Championship, he's been a lot better now than he was as champion, and I think that is going to continue moving forward. I think Kevin Owens is great. He has everything you would look for. He's great in the ring. He can definitely make you hate him when he talks. He has a great finisher with the pop-up powerbomb, and he's just all around great. Some of my favorite matches with Kevin Owens include AJ Styles, Chris Jericho at WrestleMania, and Dean Ambrose, and several other people that I can't remember off the top of my head. But as far as future matches that I would love to see with Kevin Owens, I would love to see more of Owens versus Styles. I think that has definitely the potential to be a great feud, and they're actually fighting at the next WWE pay-per-view, which I believe is Battleground for SmackDown. So that'll be exciting to watch. Another feud I would like to see is Owens versus Rollins. We're going to talk about Rollins in a little bit here, but I think those two could have an outstanding match and even a great feud altogether. I would love to see Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton, or even Kevin Owens versus John Cena again. I want to talk about that actually a bit now. So when Kevin Owens made his main roster debut, I remember it almost perfectly, because I was at my friend's house watching this with a few friends, and I was the only one who watched NXT or any other pro wrestling shows, so this is a new character to everybody, and they were not expecting Kevin Owens to be so great. But Owens beat John Cena on his first night, and everybody that I was with was completely shocked. Nobody thought that was going to happen. And I knew how good Kevin Owens was, but I didn't think that they would actually give Owens the victory, so I was kind of surprised too. But when I saw that, I was definitely excited, because I knew that meant that the WWE had a lot of faith in Kevin Owens. So to see him get a victory over John Cena in his debut, it really opened a lot of people's eyes. And Kevin Owens is definitely one of the best that the main roster has right now. And Owens is currently the United States champion, as I mentioned before, and he's going to be going up against AJ Styles. I'm looking forward to see that. I would really like to see more of that, perhaps at SummerSlam or maybe even at a bigger event. It would definitely get some people interested in Kevin Owens and AJ Styles as well, because both of them are outstanding in the ring, and I think that they will have a great match in the future. But that's pretty much enough about Kevin Owens. I think he can definitely be a world champion, a mid-card champion. He could be any champion. He is that good, and he's just amazing. And definitely watch some of Kevin Owens' matches. The last star I wanted to talk about here is Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is probably my favorite out of this group. I actually own a Seth Rollins shirt, and I don't own too many WWE shirts nowadays, but Seth Rollins is great. Before his injury, he was one of the best in the world. He was putting on great matches with guys like John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, and his arch rival Dean Ambrose. Pretty much every Rollins match was great, and it was just fun to watch him. So, unfortunately, he had that injury. He had to miss WrestleMania. And ever since he came back, he hasn't really been the same. Yeah, he's had some good matches here and there, but nothing really memorable like those ones before his injury. He's definitely gotten better as time has gone on, but, he's not really where he was before the injury. when Rollins is locked in, he is amazing. He's one of the best. And I would really love to see more of Rollins locked in. I think he's kind of been a little hesitant since his injury, because he doesn't want to get hurt again. But, Rollins has a lot of potential. I think he could be a WWE champion. He would be a perfect Intercontinental champion. He would definitely be somebody that I would love to see as an Intercontinental champion. But he could have so many great feuds. You can put him with AJ Styles. You can put him with Kevin Owens. You can put him with Sami Zayn. You can put him versus Randy Orton again. Or Jeff Hardy. Or Samoa Joe. Or Finn Balor. Or Kurt Angle. Pretty much anyone would be a great match for Seth Rollins. I think the sky is the limit. He could definitely put on main event level matches. One of the best in the world. And I just loved everything about Seth Rollins. He's probably a better heel than a babyface, in my opinion, but either way, he's a great talent, and I just love watching Seth Rollins in the ring. So that pretty much wraps up this video. Kevin Owens won the Intercontinental Championship in my universe mode, so that'll be something interesting, worth watching, because The Miz is going to be owed a rematch since he was the champion heading into this match, so we're going to see that in the future. And that's pretty much going to lead us to the end of the video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, I'm JCDallas signing out. Thanks for watching.